Coming up next from New Orleans, Louisiana, it's the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time here on My 24 Milwaukee. We are previewing WrestleMania 30, which is tomorrow night on pay-per-view. And as you see the beautiful backdrop behind us here in New Orleans, Louisiana, we'll be on Bourbon Street.
They didn't let you in there last night.
We'll be on Bourbon Street as well.
They
here within this episode. We'll be talking about the triple threat match for the WWE World Championship and more, including tonight's WWE Hall of Fame. All that coming up right here, right now on Primetime Saturday night.
This is the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime TV, the longest-running pro wrestling news program in the world, with your hosts David Hero and Damian Nelson.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime Saturday night. Damian Nelson standing alongside David Octavius of Tiberius, the alleged backyard one-time knockout, straight-edge, hardcore Hall of Famer hero. Welcome back. Welcome to New Orleans.
I'm in New Orleans.
Louisiana.
Nolans.
Are you liking it? Are you having fun?
Some pralines and
Pralines.
I had the poor boys.
Po' boy.
And big nuts.
Did you get a sorry? Did you get a lucky dog, a beignet, a muffalata?
Well,
Big Daddy's has
a lot
muffalata.
of muffalatas on Bourbon Street.
It is prime time. It is WrestleMania weekend, folks, and we're so happy to be coming to you here from the site of WrestleMania. Again, what a week it's been, David Hero.
It's been insane.
Shenanigans for sure. We've seen some great Nelson family members.
In the casinos.
We've seen some great members of the Mickey Mouse Club as well. It's been a great time here in New Orleans, and let's talk about what's happening here tonight.
Who's the Mickey Mouse Club?
Isn't that what you call your
Are you calling
draft team?
Billy Gunn a member of the Mickey Mouse Club?
That's what you call him. It's a member of your little team, right?
Oh, my God.
Anyways, it is the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony occurring tonight, David Hero.
2 Chainz is having a concert down the street.
At the Smoothie King Arena, and let's talk about the inductees. We really haven't talked about the inductees per se, if you will. And firstly, the big surprise, I would say, because a lot of people thought that this day would not come, and that being the induction of the Ultimate Warrior. Of course, well-deserved. The man who stood opposite Hulk Hogan in the ring at WrestleMania 6 and became not only the world champion, but also walked out with the Intercontinental Champion. A well-deserved, long-awaited induction for the Ultimate Warrior tonight.
A huge induction for the Warrior by Linda McMahon, and, of course, the crowd big time into the Warrior. Long speech. Long rambling speech.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Please pick that up. You know, you drop stuff around here, you might not get it back.
I was getting a text from that what was her name? Cinnamon?
Misdemeanor. That's what you get with those things. Yeah, I mean, so Ultimate Warrior and all the fans and the face paint and the music blaring. Very cool moment for the Ultimate Warrior tonight.
Speaking of cool moments, Jake the Snake Roberts, also inducted into the Hall of Fame. Another long-deserved and long-awaited, rather, and well-deserved induction to the Hall of Fame.
This year's Hall of Fame is about wrestling characters. Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts. Let's not forget Mr. T.
Ah, yes,
You know,
Celebrity Ring. He's going to be next. Don't jump forward.
I'm just,
Some are calling this, though, and I'd like him to call it that as well, the redemption class of 2014. You look at some of the people who are being inducted, and either they had history with WWE or history with demons, if you will.
Well, Paul Bearer managed demons.
He did. 2 of them.
You know, Kane and Taker. Lita was dating a demon. CM or Phil Brooks.
Hey, have you seen CM Punk? You see him on any of the posters, billboards, anything about WrestleMania?
I haven't seen any. No.
Interesting.
No.
Wow.
No, nothing.
You talked about him, but a lot of people always boo the celebrity wing inductee. This year, I think it is a different story, as Mr. T, a man who was integral in the launch and the success of WrestleMania, being inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight.
Mr. T, I mean, he wasn't just a ring announcer or a time. He was WrestleMania 1.
WrestleMania 1 and 2 in the boxing match with Roddy Piper.
Yes, I mean, so he's in there with the biggest names of that era, Hogan and Piper. Mr. Wonderful, Jimmy Snuka, Cowboy Bob Orton, helped get WrestleMania on the map.
Last year it was Donald Trump, and remember, again, booed out of the building. Not the case tonight, I presume, with Mr. T.
Not at all.
If so, I would pity the fool. See how I worked that in there? See how I got that in there, folks?
Nice,
next, you talked about her. Diva. There's always one each year. This year, it is Lita. Last year, Trish Stratus. Lita, who lives in Nicaragua, by the way. If you listen to JR's podcast, you heard Lita tell the world about that. But, again, well-deserved. And one of the best wrestling divas in the history of the company.
You know what she did? She took it to a whole different level. You know, she incorporated the high-flying luchador style.
The Lita Carana,
the moonsault. She did it all. She is fantastic.
Moving on from there, you talked about the manager. A lot of people thought it would happen last year, but it was too soon, of course. This year it is Paul Bearer being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He, of course, who passed last year just before the big event in New York. But, wow, Percy Pringle.
Percy Pringle III, Paul Bearer, William Moody definitely deserves Hall of Fame status.
And then from there, you talk about a legend, a man who is being inducted into the Hall of Fame as well. He is Razor Ramon, of course, former Intercontinental Champion, a man who had a great program with Goldust, great program with the 1-2-3 Kid, or the, what was it? He went through, remember when Kid debuted in WWE? He went through like 3 or 4 different names.
Yeah, the 1-2-3 Kid.
Scott Hall, Razor Ramon actually also being inducted.
Razor Ramon, Chico.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Survey says, oh, that's Scott Hall. Oops.
The WWE Hall of Fame class of 2014, the ceremony itself, always fun, always special. The stories that are told. And it really is truly a great moment for the inductees and even for the inductors and the fans in attendance. And it is the launch, the kickoff, the start, the beginning of WrestleMania and the festivities, if you will, occurring and culminating tomorrow night at the Superdome with the big card where I think
New Orleans is jacked. They are ready for WrestleMania.
Is that right? Are you ready for WrestleMania?
Oh, absolutely. I've been ready since we got here Wednesday night.
Is that right? You got here Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Huh.
You'll see it on the MX expense report.
I'm sure I will. But people are already talking about next year's Hall of Fame, David Hero, and people are already speculating on some of the names that might be inducted into that class, and one of them is the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
The Macho Man has to go in. He should have gone in this year.
Why not? Why don't you think they went that way? Talk about the redemption class. Some would say he has a lot of heat in WWE for stories you may have heard.
Because they already had Paul Bearer to go in.
And he's already passed on.
Yes. Next year, San Francisco, the Macho Man, Freak Out, should be in the Hall of Fame.
Last night, it was the Shenanigans World Order, headlined by Kevin Nash, the big party, downtown New Orleans.
I'm surprised you're up and going around right now.
Hey, it was a tremendously successful event. I want to thank all of you who showed up, who came out to be a part of it, and who joined us for what was just a no-holds-barred question and answer session.
Helms,
surprise guest also showing up at the after party. And for the 4th year in a row, PWR threw the biggest party of WrestleMania weekend.
No doubt.
San Francisco next year, David Hero.
San Francisco treat.
We'll get some Uncle Ben's rice, and maybe that'll be the presenter.
Ben's is not from San Francisco, is it?
Yeah, it is the San Francisco treat.
Oh, Uncle Ben? Oh, okay.
Something like that. Anyways, well, still to come here, folks, we are going to be talking about the triple threat main event matchup. It is Daniel Bryan versus, well, we assume it's going to be Daniel Bryan, but it could be Triple H versus Randy Orton and Batista. It's a triple threat for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That's still to come here on the Pro Wrestling Report. Prime time when we come back. And it's time to move, David Hero. Do you want to go to the river next, or you want to go to Bourbon Street straight away?
Go to Bourbon Street.
Of course you would. We'll be right back after this brief timeout, folks. The Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time here from New Orleans on WrestleMania
Hi, gang. Mean Gene Okerlund here on My 24, and you're watching the Pro Wrestling Report. All of the news about wrestling, not only here in Milwaukee, but throughout the world. Stay up to date. Join us every Saturday night.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, the insurance company may try to stop you from getting what's fair.
After my car wreck, the insurance company tried to stop me from getting what was fair. I called Gruber Law Offices.
Be careful. Call us right away.
They better be careful. Now I've got Gruber Law Offices.
Call us. Let us get started on your case right now.
They green-lighted my case and got me $100,000.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Call 276-6666.
Follow us on Twitter for breaking news, live wrestling chat, and pure hilarity. Head over to twitter.com/PWR show and be part of the conversation.
TNA Impact Wrestling returns to Racine for the first time in almost 4 years with the all-new 2014 World Tour. In the main event, World Champion Magnus battles Mr. Anderson in a World Heavyweight title match. Come an hour early for photos and autographs at the hottest fist-pumping pre-show party hosted by Rockstar Spud and DJ Zima. Free with your ticket Saturday, May 3rd at Racine Civic Center Memorial Hall. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. TNA Impact Wrestling. As fun as it gets.
Welcome back, fans, to the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time here on My 24 Milwaukee. Damian Nelson alongside David Hero.
Look at all
we are
these
on
lights.
Bourbon Street, the biggest party in the world. It's WrestleMania weekend. And this is a great location. Down the street here, you got Razoo.
What?
Right across the street here, we got Pat O'Brien's, which is one of my favorite places. You get a hurricane or a rainstorm. Then behind us over there is the Cat's Meow,
so much
where I
stuff
understand Pat Patterson did a performance the other night.
That's what I hear. And you got the Chicken Shack, you got Saints and Sinners.
Oh, that's Willie's Chicken Shack. Let's get it right.
What's the difference?
Oh, if you've not had Willie's Chicken Shack yet, you're gonna be living tonight.
There we go, WrestleMania.
There they are. There's some fans here.
That's a
Bourbon
handmade?
Street, New Orleans has been taken over, David Hero, by WrestleMania. The hype, the hoopla, the pageantry that is WrestleMania. It is tomorrow night on pay-per-view. And David, we've talked about many of the matchups.
Yes,
we've talked about
a lot of stuff.
A lot of them, and we're going to be talking about the triple threat match for the WWE World Championship later on here. But one match I want to hear your feedback on that we didn't get a chance to during Primetime Mania this week is John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. John Cena bumped down, I guess you can call it, to the mid-card. However, the mid-card is not as big a deal or as bad a place to be for WrestleMania.
You know what? I'm a big fan of Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt's done a
You're a
tremendous
fan of
job.
somebody?
I like Bray Wyatt. I was a Husky Harris guy. And I think John Cena and Bray Wyatt's going to have a hell of a match. They're going to tell a great story. I think the Wyatts are going to get involved. It's going to call out Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster brothers going to get involved at WrestleMania with John Cena.
In that match?
Yes.
Really?
John
How
Cena
so?
and Hulk Hogan, kind of the passing of the torch.
So how do you get there? Drive us.
No, it just, the Wyatts come in, they double team, they triple team, they beat up on John Cena, which eventually brings out the Hulkster. Hulkster comes down, real American
the
blast.
big save.
The big save. The big save.
Yes.
And then Hulk Hogan saves John Cena. They get in the ring together, big pose down, everything else out.
And
There's so many different shenanigans
would indeed
here.
that would
Look
indeed
at the
be
shenanigans we got.
So apparently it's her show, folks. Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Corinne.
Corinne, are you here for WrestleMania? Then we don't need you. Thank you, Corinne. Have a great time here. Oh, hi. How are you, sir? Welcome.
Of course.
Clearly you're here for WrestleMania. Where's your Cody Rhodes shirt?
I met him earlier, but I wasn't wearing a Cody Rhodes shirt.
You met Cody Rhodes earlier?
Yeah.
And you told him that he is the greatest superstar ever known to man in WWE right now? You know he's endorsed. You're not a Cody Rhodes fan?
I am a fan, but I wouldn't say he's the best wrestler on the roster.
Thank you for your time, sir. So,
Wow, go get
John
back
Cena,
here.
Hulk Hogan.
She's
It is
shenanigans.
Antonio Cesaro and Daniel Bryan at the moment.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your input. Have a great time. Enjoy WrestleMania tomorrow. Bourbon Street shenanigans, but also it is Hulk Hogan saving John Cena from the Wyatts. I love that idea, and I love the WrestleMania moment that could be talked about. John Cena and Hulk Hogan in the very same ring at the very same time.
It's going to happen. So much to happen.
Is it? Why do you keep moving so much? You can't stand on your own? You got to lean on this pole here?
There's so much going on.
See, he's
around
an
here.
amateur, folks. David Hero is an amateur. I am the king of Bourbon Street,
I
the
have my
undisputed
head on
king
the
of the
swivel
I'm
because
not
you
nervous.
are
I'm
hated.
not scared.
I have to look out for you, for your best.
How about this guy talking about Cody Rhodes isn't the best? Clearly, he's been drinking. You saw that rainstorm or that
I don't know what
hurricane in
these
his
drinks
hand.
are. That's not my gimmick. Hey, this is your song.
Another matchup I want to get your feedback on, David Hero. It is happening tomorrow night at WrestleMania. He was doing some kind of walk.
Wow.
Tomorrow night at WrestleMania. It is the matchup between Daniel Bryan and Triple H.
Yes.
The winner goes on to the triple threat match for the WWE World Championship, and one of those three men obviously will walk out of WrestleMania with the championship. But first, who is going to be that third man?
You know what? You can't bet against Daniel Bryan right now. He has the momentum. He has the fan support, the love of the crowd, the yes movement, the yes chant, the crowd participation. Daniel Bryan will find a way to dig deep down and defeat Triple H, which I think could be match of the year.
Match of the year.
Because you got
That's
the
a high
cerebral
order.
assassin, Triple H, who knows ring psychology, and Daniel Bryan, who, let's not forget, was broken into the business by Shawn Michaels, who's done nothing but get better every single week. It's going to be an awesome match.
We talked about, you need something?
I just really want to be on TV.
Yeah, or you're not. Get out, go, bye, thanks. Have a great day.
Wow, you are a heel tonight, aren't you?
Anyways, yeah, I can do that. The Streak versus the Beast.
Yes.
It is The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.
Undertaker was
Will The
playing
Undertaker-
on Monday Night Raw, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's
Broken
the question.
in half.
Will he go 22-0 come
There's
tomorrow
no
night
doubt.
at WrestleMania?
There's no doubt Undertaker
The streak
finds
is
it.
reserved.
Yes. Undertaker does not come back for one match a year to lose to Brock Lesnar.
Really?
Yes.
So if anybody could end the streak,
There's only
is
one
it not
guy.
Brock Lesnar?
There's one guy, John Cena.
Really?
John Cena's the only guy that can defeat the Undertaker on the streak.
WrestleMania 31?
Yes, Daniel Bryan just stopped by to say hi.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan. Yeah, that's nice. He was a troll. Just
There's
that guy was a
everything
troll. That wasn't
on
Daniel Bryan.
Bourbon Street.
Oh well, we might need to pan the camera.
That woman
you know
was
what
an
we
Adam's
need?
apple.
We need a fight.
No, we don't.
I'd love to see a fight.
Hey,
Why
look at
not?
the Wyatts.
We can chronicleize it and then give it to CNN. It'll be an iReport. It's not the
one of the
Wyatts. What are you talking about?
Is that the hat? You know what? All these lights, all this is a distraction for me.
It's WrestleMania, though, David Hero. It is the showcase of the Immortals, this time in New Orleans for the first time ever. Last year was in New York, and I'll admit, last year's event was a bit disjointed. It was all over the place, New York, New Jersey, and then it wasn't, you didn't get that WrestleMania feeling as you're getting here in New Orleans.
No, there's definitely a feeling in New Orleans.
You want to sing?
Oh! No, that's your gimmick, brother.
Hooked on a feeling.
No, go ahead. By all means, go ahead.
Well, with that, folks, let's roll into this week's Event Center, which, of course, is brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. And as you've heard, it is May 3rd in Racine, Wisconsin. TNA Impact Wrestling coming to Racine for the first time in nearly 4 years. Tickets available now at
Tickets are selling like
Ticketmaster.com.
crazy, too.
The main event on that show is going to be Magnus versus Mr. Anderson. Wisconsin's very own Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Main event for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. That occurs May 3rd in Racine, Wisconsin. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. So that's it for this week's Event Center, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. David, it's time to travel further up and down Bourbon. Did you want to ask us something? We're talking about men who wear women's underwear. No, come on in. We're talking about men who wear women's underwear. How long have you been doing that?
I never wore one.
Oh, so you don't want to be on. Carry on. Thank you. We'll be right back after this, folks, here on the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time.
TNA Impact Wrestling returns to Racine for the first time in almost 4 years with the all-new 2014 World Tour. In the main event, World Champion Magnus battles Mr. Anderson in a World Heavyweight title match. Come an hour early for photos and autographs at the hottest fist-pumping pre-show party hosted by Rockstar Spud and DJ Zima. Free with your ticket Saturday, May 3rd at Racine Civic Center Memorial Hall. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. TNA Impact Wrestling. As fun as it gets.
Stop stalking your ex and be our friend on Facebook and join the tremendous worldwide discussion. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Report.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, the insurance company may try to stop you from getting what's fair.
They better be careful. Now I've got Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all.
Back here, Dave Hero, Pro Wrestling Report, live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and of course, I cannot find Damian Nelson. Last time I saw him, someplace called Big Daddy's. I don't know what he was doing. I was at the ATM machine getting a whole bunch of something or other. I want to get into the Voodoo Lounge over here. I need to get my fortune done. Oh,
hey, Dave! Wait, did you start without me,
brother? I waited like 37 minutes for you.
37 minutes?
That should have only taken 6 minutes, whatever you're doing in there.
And where?
You got lipstick, you got glitter on your face, perfume on you.
Hi, thanks for covering.
Shiny.
I'm back.
Wow.
And, wow. What a night it's been here in New Orleans.
You know what? It is crazy.
There are shenanigans all over the place, people all over the place. We're right down the street again from Pat O'Brien's, and look at that, Rev Zombie's Voodoo Shop,
I want to get in there, but they're freaking closed because you took too long.
Are you going to have your palm read?
I'm going to have my palm red. Well,
you really want to know your fortune in the future?
It's not going to be red, but it will be red. Might be smacking somebody around here pretty soon to be around.
Yeah. Do you really want to know
some huge horses around here, too.
Well, those are the popo horses.
The popo? Yeah, there's a lot of poo-poo on the street with these
police.
horses. Yes.
All right, well, it's time now. The main event of PWR Primetime to talk about the main event, which is tomorrow night at Wrestlemania 30. It's a triple threat matchup. We know 2 of the participants. We know one will be Batista. We know that another will be Randy Orton, who is the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
You got to figure Daniel Bryan. He's my pick.
It's got to be Daniel Bryan.
And it's going to be.
Let's go through 2 scenarios, though. Firstly, the scenario where it is Daniel Bryan. 3-man matchup. Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Batista for the WWE World Championship. How do you see that match going? And how do you see it ending?
I see Randy Orton and Dave Batista double teaming Daniel Bryan for at least half of the match.
Okay.
And then eventually Randy Orton or Batista will double cross the other, give time for Daniel Bryan to scoot out of the ring. Those 2 guys go back and forth. Orton and Batista. Eventually Daniel Bryan comes back in, gets the big victory, and becomes the WWE.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is the guy
champion.
who walked away from the Yes Movement.
I did.
Is saying now that the Yes Movement will prevail at WrestleMania 30, and Daniel Bryan will leave the WWE champion.
90,000 people what they want. You can always take it away later.
Really?
Look at that.
That's harsh.
Have you been in the back of one of those things before?
Shh, quiet.
They're putting 4 people in the back there right now.
That is harsh. You're saying Daniel Bryan leaves the champion but won't have the title for long.
No, he might not.
Really? This big payoff. It all happens tomorrow night, you're saying, but then they take it from him?
All good things come to an end.
Really?
Of course they do.
Really?
Why not?
Is it like what we heard from Triple H this past Monday Night on Raw?
He's preaching, isn't he? Spoken word, Triple H.
Saying about the fans that, you want this. You want Daniel Bryan to get his moment. The Yes Movement is this week's flavor of the week.
Yeah.
Went over all the old flavors of the week. Talked about Fandango and how everybody was into him last year.
He was Rocky Road. You had Vanilla was Dolph Ziggler.
And now, where are the fans who supported him? We've talked about the Zack Ryder movement.
Butter Pecan
as soon as Zack Ryder got put on TV on a regular basis, you all walked away from him. Does Triple H and WWE, does WWE and Triple H know more so what the fans want than what the fans think they want?
They've been doing it for 40, 50 years. They have an idea. They have the blueprint. They know what they're doing. Yeah, watch out for those kind of people.
You are so nervous right now. I can't get over this.
What do you mean?
In the last segment, we talked about how
I am the only person that can protect us here. I saw how you handle things with Abyss.
Oh, please. I ain't worried about that.
You ran from Abyss. There's more bad people here than Abyss.
Look, fans, it's all about the journey and it's all about the payoff. And tomorrow night, I think we also will get that payoff from the journey at WrestleMania when Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship. I think it does happen tomorrow. And whether it's for...
You see that? Like I just put a wiener.
I was trying not to look. Whether it's for 1 day, 1 month, or 1 year, the payoff will happen, and 70,000 plus people are going to be cheering and have their hands up tall, have their fingers up high, chanting when that moment happens. And is that not worth it in and of itself?
Absolutely. It's a big payoff. It's for the fans to go home happy. Let's see how many T-shirts show up on Monday Night Raw.
There you go again with the T-shirts.
It's all about making money.
I want you to count tomorrow night in the Superdome. I want you to count the number of shirts you see.
Oh.
In the Superdome tomorrow night. Count the shirts you see, and you'll be pleasantly surprised when you keep adding those zeros to it, because there are a lot of people who are not only in the Yes Movement.
Let's hope there's a prime number in front of the zeros.
Let's talk about a different scenario. What if Triple H beats Daniel Bryan earlier in the night? What if Triple H goes on
Thank God we're in the suite,
the main event,
because we can lock the doors.
and is in that triple threat match? And what if Triple H becomes the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania tomorrow night?
They might kill the business.
Really?
The fans will be so upset.
But isn't it again about the journey? Because now it's Bryan and Triple H. Maybe that takes us to SummerSlam.
Then that kills off Batista and Randy Orton.
Well, aren't they already killed off a bit?
Not completely. A lot can happen tomorrow night. It's WrestleMania. Listen, at the end of the day, they're smarter than we are. They're smarter than
they're smarter than you, yeah.
Did you see that?
The police have that situation well taken care of, well under control. All right, so you don't think there's anything in Triple H winning and a Daniel Bryan Triple H story going forward? Can you still have the Daniel Bryan Triple H story going forward if
Triple
H doesn't win?
What if there's a draw?
Oh gosh, that would be a riot.
That was Scott Hall right there. How about that?
There would be a riot.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a draw, and then you have Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista beating up Daniel Bryan for 30 minutes, and then Daniel Bryan still wins. No matter what happens, Daniel Bryan will leave the champion.
No matter what.
Absolutely.
You care to make it interesting? You want to put some money on it?
Yeah.
Put a small wager on it?
I'll bet $1.25.
$1.25?
Yeah.
WrestleMania. The 30th anniversary of WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan involved tomorrow night.
Yes.
Batista back for Mania. The Undertaker back, of course.
Brock Lesnar.
Hulk
Hogan's back.
It is a star-studded event, but last week on Primetime, we talked about something being missing. Ever since arriving here in New Orleans several days ago, that what was missing is no longer missing. The WrestleMania vibe has taken over this city, and fans all over the place, as some you've seen tonight, folks, are very excited about WrestleMania 30 happening tomorrow at the New Orleans Superdome, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Are you feeling that same vibe, David Hero?
Yes. Yeah, it's live and in effect right now.
We saw the set reveal last night. Of course, WWE and their production team doing such a tremendous job. Again, it's going to be a spectacular event. And the one moment I'm looking most forward to is the end of WrestleMania. The end of WrestleMania when 70,000 people are chanting yes, 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 and Daniel Bryan, with the pyro and the confetti and everything else, walks out the WWE champion. That will only be second. That will only be second to the man who will win the 30-man over the top rope, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling it now. In case you missed it last week, I'm calling it now. The winner of the 30-man over the top rope, Andre the Giant Battle Royal, will be, drum roll please,
oh my God,
Cody Rhodes, folks. Cody Rhodes will win that Battle Royal. I have called Las Vegas, I have called New Hampshire, I have called Iowa, and all of them agree that there's only one person who can win and get the most out of that win, and that is the endorsed Cody Rhodes tomorrow night, WrestleMania 30.
You're insane.
Hi there. I think she's here.
You should be getting used to
No. I think she's here, but I don't think she was here.
Oh, no, not at all. That guy's having another sausage.
Well, he went to the Lucky Dog cart. They got Polish, they got andouille, they got hot dogs, they got everything. Well, as you see, New Orleans is one hell of a town, folks, and we're having a hell of a time here at WrestleMania 30.
I can't concentrate here.
Tomorrow night, immediately following WrestleMania, at PWRshow.com. You can check out the post show with Meathead and Matthew Thomas. They're going to be live talking about all that happened in WrestleMania, and a lot of more people, I think, are going to be watching WrestleMania this year due to the launch of the WWE Network. People streaming it on their devices.
Issues if they have any or not. That'll be interesting.
And we'll see. There will be their highest demand that they've experienced with the WWE Network. That tomorrow night, folks. WrestleMania, a great place to be, a great time to be here in New Orleans. Follow us on Twitter at PWR Show on Twitter. Visit us on our website, PWRshow.com. And again, thanks to all of you who came out Friday night for Shenanigans World Order. An amazing time with Big Sexy, Kevin Nash, and more. Thank you again for attending the 4th annual event from the PWR Show. And next year, San Francisco.
Oh my!
It's going to be a party. This has been Primetime.
It is.
We are now going to go. Where do you want to go? Cat's Meow, Razoo?
I want to go back to Bourbon Street.
Well, we are. Bourbon Street's right there.
I know. I want to get back over.
We had to. You got into that incident with that person.
What was that girl's name? The tattoos, like she
Cinnamon.
She fell face first into a tackle box.
Oh, that was Shaquan.
Yes.
For that one, this is Damian Nelson. We'll see you tomorrow at WrestleMania 30. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.